What is up? It's me, and it's time for another update. I know it's been a super long time because life, but I've made a significant amount of progress, and I think you'll be surprised. Well, okay, maybe not surprised, but like, oh, nice. But I'll just get right down to it. I've completed the whole right leg, and it looks pretty good. It fits pretty good, mostly. So far, it's connected with a lot of buckles and elastic. I'd say it's holding itself together pretty well. I'll just go ahead and show it. So here we have the thigh, and this fits me perfectly. Width-wise, I mean. Like width inside. It's like a perfect fit for my leg, and it feels really good. The only problem is, I'm sure most people have had a problem with this, it's so freaking long. Look at this. Does it need to be there? And obviously I know why they had to do this. On the figure, there's like a ball joint that allows the leg to move, but of course, like, there's not gonna be a ball joint in this, so I had to make the leg a little longer to fit into that tiny little cod piece. Well, it's not tiny, it's just very thin. That's what I'm working on right now, actually. But it's all right, nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. I'm just gonna cut this off at the top. Much like Frankly Bill did. Probably gonna make my cut from here, maybe into the back like that. Just honestly however much I need to make it comfortable. I'm probably just gonna do it by trial and error, a little bit at a time. Probably also gonna need to cut out this a bit so I can slide it further up the thigh. This is the knee, and it looks a little shabby right now. This isn't the final knee, and this isn't the final knee piece right here. This, okay, so it started printing like absolute crap. And I was like, oh, it's fine. It'll be fine. I'll just continue it. It's fine. It wasn't fine. So I'm gonna have to redo this whole piece. Basically, if we look inside, that's roughly how it's connected. I found the best buckles on Thingiverse, and probably the best buckles I've ever used. And I'll show you them real quick. I'll use this as an example because the buckle broke off of the other leg. So this is what the buckle looks like. It's pretty small. No matter how hard I tug on this, it will not come apart. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm using my full strength right now. I am weak, but I almost guarantee you, like, this cannot be pulled apart just because of how it's designed. If I just press this the tiniest little bit, it comes right off. It's the best buckle design I've ever used, because the problem with every other buckle I've used is that you have to press so hard to get the buckle to detach and then press it with all of your might to get them to connect again. It's just too much friction. Whereas this buckle doesn't really rely too much on the friction. It's just the design of the buckle. You can see it's very, very flimsy because it doesn't really need to have much friction. So honestly, it's a great buckle design. I was about to just go buy like a large pack of those little buckles on Amazon, but then I realized I have a 3D printer. Why am I buying something made of plastic? You know what I mean? I don't know. And it makes it a little more fun for me to 3D print like even the buckles holding the suit together. And obviously they're all connected with elastic. And these are just hot glued in there for now. The reason why I'm changing the buckles, it's the same buckle design and the same maker, except it's just a wider buckle. And that means I won't have to fold the elastic in half like this. Now, will it make much of a difference? I don't know. I don't personally think so. But just like in my mind, it makes a little bit of a difference for like having everything stay in place, like a little bit better. I mean, it might be a little more, I don't know, stationary. Anyway, I'm just gonna do that. I didn't print too many of these, and I'm probably gonna use these leftover ones anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna link that file in the description because I think everyone should print these. Like, just print one of these. It's a good fidget toy, you know? Like, at least if you're not actually gonna use it. And it's fun to just like look at how well this is designed. I swear I'm not the one who made the buckles. I did not make the file. I'm just very adamant about this. But yeah, as you can see, the leg breaks into the thigh, the knee, top of the knee, the bottom of the knee, and the shin. This is supposed to be the whole shin. Where's the other part of the shin? And the shin. But yeah, they all connect and they all come apart just like this. And honestly, I think it's pretty cool. Obviously, not my idea, Frankly Built's idea, or whoever else inspired him to do that. But, you know, it's an idea, and I pulled it off. But yeah, I'll just show you how they're all connected to each other. And the top of the knee. Alright. So we have a lot of buckles hanging down here. Because basically the hinge of the legs, like the main hinge when I bend my knee, I'm making it this part right here. And I think that's how it's supposed to be. I think this is like the main like knee hinge of the leg. So there's a lot of buckles coming out of it. So the bottom one goes into here. We have the bottom of the knee. It's going to be connected right here. It doesn't move perfectly right now because I'm going to reprint this and position it a little better, but that's kind of the simulation of how it's going to move in the end. I think it looks pretty good, to be honest. And last is the thigh. Slides right into there. And there we go. It's the full leg. And it doesn't work this way right now, but I'm going to try to make it this way. To where in neutral standing position, this knee fits into the hole. Right there. And it is like that. It's like that when my leg isn't in it. And then when my leg is in it, the knee sits like about here. So I'm going to have to figure that out. I haven't welded these parts together, so they're just duct taped. And seeing as my printers are a Prusa MK3S and an Ender 3, I had to slice up all these legs, but it's all right. I mean, I'm glad they fit on there even sliced up. It might have been even harder than that. So the next thing I'm working on, I'm working up. I'm not doing the other leg because that would make sense. Why would I do that? I'm making the cod piece. Now I've got one singular piece of this done. I'm introducing you to the left butt cheek. So yeah, underwhelming, but it's the only piece of the cod piece I have done right now. And I'm gonna work on, guess what? The right butt cheek. But that's just gonna come right off of there. I had to slice it down the middle, and I had to slice it down the bottom and then the side because it's too wide to fit on my printer. So it's gonna come out in I think like six pieces. Wish me luck. Oh my gosh. But yeah, also, do you want to see the back side? Dun dun dun. Honestly, I think this could be some kind of like artwork in a way. It's like so disgusting. I don't know how that happened. Okay, I've been using Sunloop filament in my printers for a while, and it works very well. Like it prints. Like look how shiny and nice. Like I love it. The only problem is it's so freaking stringy, and I managed on this one to keep it only to the back because of the natural shape of it. But why? Why? But it's fine. I'm printing something else on my Ender in a few minutes, so I increase the retraction time and distance by a little bit on that, so I'm going to see if it continues to help. That's the Ender. This is the Prusa. So I'm going to have to do that too. Honestly, I've just been too lazy. Speaking of cutting, I know. You can boo me. I've been cutting through the hexagons. Cut through these hexagons, these ones, and all the ones in the leg. I'm sorry, but I had to. But I'm gonna try my best to line them up correctly. And if it's not like completely correct, you're not gonna notice. I'm sorry. And honestly, I don't really care that much. I know that sounds bad, but I just don't really care. Honestly, my main concern right now is printing the whole suit. Like, my mind is in tunnel vision right now. If there's anything like off the path, like off to the sides, they are washed from my mind. I'm printing the suit. I'm printing out the big parts. I don't care if they look good, they're just getting done. And honestly, that's helping. It's helping a little bit. Because before I was so concerned with every piece I was doing to be perfect, but now, 3 months away from my goal, I just need them to be printed. Quick cutaway. I don't know if I talked about this in the last video I did or not, but this is Wall Streety's Mark 39 helmet. And it's got problems. Well, it's got problem, mainly this, which I accidentally stopped mid-print, printed the rest of it up, and then started to weld this together. But I realized this is PLA, not PLA+, and the areas that I was getting kind of near with the edge of the soldering iron began to get really warped. Like here, that got really warped. And then this whole side right here, I don't know if you can see it. It just dented. And this whole side is kind of concaved. So now whenever I put the jaw on, there's this huge gap. And obviously if there's a gap, then the magnets can't stick. So yeah, that's delightful. So I'm gonna have to reprint that. But jaw looks pretty good. Printed pretty clean. Same Sunlu PLA. PLA plus, I mean. It's pretty cool. And then this faceplate is nice. The inside of this, if you think it looks bad now, you could not see the details on this because of how stringy it was. It was insane. I had to come in here with like so many different tools and mediums to get all these strings out. It was insane. Also, the hooks for the, the automatic motorization things, they popped off. I put some supports underneath them because I was putting it straight up like this. These little hooks. When I was taking the supports off, these popped right off. Obviously not good, because the only reason I printed this at 100% was for the motorization. So I tried to position these in the exact place they were. And I think I did a pretty good job of that. Did that and welded them, glued them back in. And hopefully, fingers crossed, they're in pretty good position. Yeah, I mean, they look good to me. But if not, boom. And this was printed in 2 pieces too, small printer, welded them back in. This was my first experience with welding actually, and it went really well. It looks a little weird, looks a little interesting because my soldering iron kept turning off after like 2 minutes randomly. Anyway, it is very secure. Honestly, I really like soldering because like it's secure on there. It's very good, and all I'll have to do is just stuff some Bondo up in there, sand, and that gap will be gone. It'll look pretty good. Well, that's about it. It was a really short and sweet update video, I think. I got the leg in there, got my plans for the cod piece in there, and what else did I do? Oh yeah, the helmet, and a little bit about the ender. So I think that was pretty good for not posting in like 2 weeks at this point. And honestly, just life. Had a lot of stuff going on, but I'm really glad I got this done. Just a little insert, just a little insert. So I've had an Instagram account for this YouTube channel for a while, but I haven't posted any new videos on the YouTube channel, so I've had nothing to post on the Instagram actually. So I thought I'd tell you guys, I think it's Kiwi Bear Builds. It'll come up if you just type Kiwi Bear Builds. I don't think anyone else has named that. But yeah, it's the one with the Starboost picture on it. I might change it, but I don't know. But yeah, you should give it a follow because I like to follow like a ton of people on there and just look at all their creations. It kind of inspires you, you know? Dang, if they can do that, I can do this. Like, we good. Back to the video. But yeah, links in the description will be to that buckle design. What else? My Instagram. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But no matter how hard I tug on this, it will not come apart. Like, listen, you need to print it. Print the buckle.